Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the day of the video down. How's it going today? Today, it's take 2 of starting the videos because I started it and I hadn't cleared the camera. So I thought, stop the video, clear the camera, carry on. Good morning, how's it going? Today, it's a nice, lovely, wet Monday, although it's supposed to be on and off wet. I like the rain, but I don't like the fact that like Laura doesn't like the rain and she's got to be out in it. I'm in a nice climatised office all day, so it's all very well and good me saying I like the rain because I'm dry. Oh no, I'm not in it. So what's going on today? We're just rolling on into work at the moment. I'm running, well, not late but not early. I've been getting there for about 10 to 9 recently, and it's currently like nearly 1/4 to at the moment. So, and I probably am easily on time. It's just I'm normally ahead of myself at this point. I'm normally a good 5 minutes, 10 minutes ahead of myself. Usually because I like getting places early. What's going on today at work? I'm not 100% sure. I may have to do a show and tell of the thing that we designed last week, me and Lewis, which I'm not particularly looking forward to, but I can do it. Otherwise, though, we are going live with the DMP today, so it's likely that we'll be having like step-by-step meetings. It's day 1 of it going live, so at 10 o'clock we turn it on essentially. And I'm misting up in here as well, which is the problem with the rain, is I just mist up my car a little bit, so I'm going to have to do that to let some air in. That's me. Goodbye. So yeah, it's quite a weird thing that we're doing. We're gonna like to prove that it's working, we turn the service off, then turn it back on again, and it's a bit weird. But there's like a good 10-step process that the managers have put in action for us to follow, which is crazy, every day for like the next 2 weeks at least, and they're likely to do it for the rest of the year. I'm still not here for a year. This is the start of I've got 5 weeks left now on my placement. So everything, yeah, we'll see how things go essentially. What's going on otherwise though? Yeah, otherwise show and tell, potentially that. Something I'd want to mention, I mentioned this in like the description yesterday, in yesterday's video. Got 2 comments overnight, well, 1 comment overnight, saying that we had a day like a bunch of 40-something married couple, which is totally true. Me and Laura are very old-fashioned. We're all before our time. I apologise for all of you who are expecting to see like young, hip kiddos living young, hip, exciting lives, because beyond like the odd adventure or whatever, we live quite a boring life. We just kind of do our own thing, you know. But I guess the daily vlog has never been about like deliberately doing crazy stuff to entertain people. It's just about doing everyday stuff. But yeah, like we're kind of in a position at the moment where like until Laura gets a job and stuff, we're relatively not, well, even when she does, like we're not amazingly rich to go off and be able to go and do exciting stuff like go for lunch every week and whatever. I don't know what young, hip, exciting people do at the weekends. But I was thinking of like a strapline for the vlogs of being something like, fancy watching a 30-something married couple but prefer to look at young, semi-attractive, i.e. Laura, not me, semi-attractive 20-somethings, Jamie Ped Vlogs. Because we're old people in young people suits, essentially. But yeah, yesterday I'm pulling together a script for a video that I'm going to be recording next weekend when Laura's not around. It's actually looking relatively decent as a video script, so we've got that to look forward to. But otherwise, yesterday we watched Breaking Bad in bed. I wanted to do some programming, but I didn't, essentially. Because, why? Because it took forever to get Visual Studio to a usable state, and therefore I didn't. Whoa, I thought that bird was just going to come flying across my windscreen then. And for that reason, like, it was too late to start any decent programming, which was kind of annoying. But we went to bed early because Laura didn't have a nap on Sunday, bless her. But yeah, so that's about it, really. Today, like I say, I'm at work. Laura's in town today, sorting job stuff. And then tonight, we're going shopping. we're going shopping, we're going to write a meal plan. Like last week was essentially my week with a couple of things of Laura's stuff thrown in. This week I believe Laura's going to pull out some interesting recipes and things for us to try out, which is going to be exciting. So we've got that to look forward to. It's going to be a bit weird. And we're here at work. I need to clean your eye though, to get some, is that thingy? Oh no, it's not. Never mind. Completely forgot to clean you. It looks like nothing's changed, doesn't it? If I'm just vlogging here, it just looks like I pull up and then drive away. But we've had a long day at work today. We went live, didn't we? No, of course we didn't. Oh, hello. I thought that was Paul then. What was he playing at? We didn't go live today because the system that we're implementing with is broken still. Slash it never really worked. So basically we're migrating data onto a system and we keep getting delayed on go live because the system we're migrating to isn't ready for us. Is the short thing, but it makes it look like our thing, which has been ready for months now, isn't good. You know what I mean? So there's that. But otherwise though, because of that, today I've been looking at some assorted other things. I was looking at something that was an issue was thrown up on one of our test boxes because of, it turns out it was because of it ran out of file space. It only had like a 40 gig hard drive and we'd filled it awkwardly. But the problem was the deployment scripts weren't really giving that kind of information out, and we had to keep logging onto the box and doing stuff to get around it. So I tried to make some changes to those scripts so that we didn't have to log onto the box basically to fix it. Because it's always, you want to stay, you don't really want people logging onto the box, it's the short thing, because if someone logs onto the box, they can do anything. Basically, anything could break, anything can go wrong in the scenario where people could just willy-nilly log onto the box. The problem was, like, it was failing to download this little file, but it was producing the folder that it put the file into. So next time we would run it after that one failure, it would go, oh, I don't need to download or download anything because this file exists, essentially. That was the problem. So I was looking into the scripts to fix that. The problem is that the logic that does all that is very heavily embedded in with stuff, and I was trying to track it down essentially. Wasn't particularly getting anywhere. So otherwise though, I've been working on my own project to a certain extent today, which was good fun to get like a proper good amount of time working on it, because it's not quite the same working on stuff like that while I'm at home with Laura, because obviously like I'm spending time with her and it's awkward me working on things when she's in the room essentially, because like obviously obviously it is, because I'm just sat like working at the computer trying to concentrate and she's like in the corner reading or something. This guy is a very feisty guy. He was behind me a minute ago, trying to make me rush. I'm not rushing, my friend, I'm loving life. But yeah, that's been my day today. I've been working around this thing. I'm trying to do the command line arguments for the system, and it's a much bigger task than I thought it was. It's actually kind of a bastard to implement that kind of thing. Ooh, what lane do we want to go in then, eh? Stay in this lane. Yeah, stay in this lane, we'll be fine. Yeah, it's kind of a bastard, basically. It's kind of harder than I thought it would be. So it's taken me a lot longer than I thought it would as well, to get it in and do it properly, essentially. And it is kind of distracting from the entire point of the project, which is an issue, but it's something that I can't really avoid because it will be the main interface with the project. I technically don't have to do it now because I don't need to use the command line to work the project, because I can just build acceptance tests and use them as like test harnesses. But I kind of prefer, yeah, I just want to get this bit done basically. And the problem is like things like lots of different objects like floating around each other, like lots of different builders to do this and this and this, and I should have just used a out the box plugin one. I know I should have done that, but none of them did exactly what I wanted them to do, and I wanted like quite a specific thing, and to do that I needed my own object basically. I needed my own system of doing things. But yeah, so that's what I've been working on. Otherwise I'm heading home, got to talk to Laura, see what happened in town, and we're going shopping. I've mentioned before that I park really far away from the store. Look at that. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I was about to start the video again there. How's it going? We went shopping and got everything in for about the same as I'd shopped for myself. So, deals. But though, we came back from shopping and it was only 8. Just gone 8, was it? Half 8. Do you remember I used to get back at like 9 o'clock when I went shopping? I'm on a tight leash on the kitchen aisles, that's what it is, I think.
No,
not allowed to.
Let's not paint a picture like I've come in and told you what you can and can't do.
No, you're saving me loads of time in the kitchen aisle. Because I used to always meamble down there looking for deals. It's a good thing I'm on a leash on the kitchen aisle because I spend way too much money on random kitchen stuff that I don't necessarily need. But yeah, and it was raining as well, which meant we didn't walk across to Asda and stuff like that. We just drove there. But yeah, otherwise it was a fun shopping trip like normal. Came back and I've been just finishing off like something that I started at work on my project, which is coming on great in here. Oh grief, there's a lot of files there. It gets a bit messy, and like I left work today knowing that I'd half finished something, and I'm like, I need to get back and finish this one thing, otherwise I'm not going to be a happy bunny. So I do need to install that update though to Visual Studio, so we'll do that now as well while I upload my daily vlog. Update, go. But yeah, so that's about all though for today's video. We've made the sandwiches and all that kind of stuff. I'm gonna now, I've sorted out a to-do list of things to do tomorrow as well. I'm trying to keep track of everything in my head, of all the changes I've made. We are going to watch Dragon's Den, and I'm going to render out a video and get that uploaded and all that kind of good stuff, and I will catch you later.